always believed that it is better to know the truth than to live in ignorance. Now I shall find out if I was right. I can no longer deny that I am part of the world around me.
Ooh-wee. After that bowl hit. I think I agree with him. Coming to you from the sewers of Brooklyn, New York, live on a Wednesday night at 11 p.m. 11:05 now. Fuck me. Episode 325 of Nick the Rat Radio is occurring, is happening, or has happened, is currently happening. So last week, I was pretty sick last week. And I still am. Last Wednesday after, actually it was Tuesday after the State of the Union, I started getting like a fever, and that's how I felt Wednesday night last week. I had like a heat. I had some heat flashes, and my body was hurting, and I was shutting down. And then Thursday, I still kind of felt like shit, but I was getting a little bit better. But between Thursday and Friday, I just noticed I was noticing the poop situation. The poop situation was becoming a very explosive and moist. That's all I could say. The walls in the sewer might have changed color over the past week, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Even though we are going to be talking about bathroom horror stories, but either way. Then I went from that feeling on like Saturday to like into like a Sunday, Monday. I had like a sore throat. My throat got sore after that, and now on Wednesday I have no more sore throat, but I do have a tickle in my throat, and when I smoke weed, it makes me cough a lot, more than usual. So that's where we are now currently as a host of Nick the Rat Radio. But as I did allude to, tonight we'll be talking about bathroom horror stories. So if you have a bathroom horror story, you could call 917-719-5923. We can discuss it on the air. I figured the bathroom is probably one of the most haunted rooms in the house. It's got to be. There's a lot of shit goes down in the bathroom. You know what I'm trying to say. So I figured that would be a pretty good topic for tonight's episode, even though we got a lot of stuff happening. Diane, did we have any stories to tell? No, about the bathrooms. We can't just have the show topic as bathroom horror story, not have. No? I got some stories we could talk about bathroom horror. Everybody has one. Who doesn't have a bathroom horror story? You might want to check your pulse if you don't actually. So you should probably call that number. Not that one. That's the P.O. box. It's somewhere over there. You should probably call that number and leave a voicemail right now. The phone line's not open. If you want to talk to me live or talk to anybody here live, you gotta wait. You gotta wait, right, Diane? Yeah. Okay. We're getting confirmation that the phone line is currently down right now. And I shaved my ears again, yeah. Either way. We should start the show off how we usually start the show off, by playing some music. Now tonight, First song on the show is a very special song. That's all. That's all I can say. Because the artist on SoundCloud, most of the music that I get is on SoundCloud, and actually, the person in the chat, would you rather me just say the Sewer Dregs as the band name, or do you I can't say your name anyway. There's SoundCloud has a lot of CC BY 3.0 music. That's what I like to. I like to go there and find music that people are creating that they want to share with other people that I like, and then I share that music with people, and I tell them who those people were and how to find them, and let them know that they're doing good work. And I can't say his fucking Diane. How do you say his name? Tom Nanimus? Tom Nanimus? Tom Nonimus. Oh, that's easy. Apparently, he goes by Sewer Dregs with Hello Caller. We'll be right back. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, but I might have told this story before. I don't know if I did, but ow. About the ghost that kept going under the stall. That's creepy. There was a bathroom, stall, and feet were hanging off the edge of the toilet. I was looking down. I kept seeing. I thought it was toilet paper, but like under the stall, there something came out. It was shaking around. Maybe we should take some phone calls. 917-719-5923. I think the phone line's open. Diane. Oh, I thought there's going to be bathroom horror stories. I could just tell people that it like happened in bathrooms. So I was kind of. We're going to take some phone calls. Wait, do we have any voicemails? I think, yeah, we have voicemail. Here, 917-719-5923.
Woo!
We're going to have the sewer lawyers come after you for using Zindu's theme song. It's a violation. Okay? He's been kicked off the show. I think he's in prison right now. Eric Adams, I saw him put handcuffs on a couple of his arms and dragged him out of here. That song is copyright by some lawyers in the sewer. Wow, but we're gonna. Zindu's gonna get it. 917-719-5923.
Nick. Nicholas Ratikas. Nicholas Ratikas. Nicholas Ratikas. Nicholas Ratikas. Yo, hello in the sewer. Yeah, so I don't know what we're going to discuss tonight, but I wanted to call in and ask you some questions, see if there's a good time to do that. I will feel it out, figure it out. And maybe we can hear Zindu. That would be fan-fucking-tastic. You know who doesn't call in enough? I gotta tell you, I actually am a fan of Matt the Cat. I mean, I know he can be an annoying, in some ways, user, and sorry, Matt, but me too. I can be pretty annoying too, clearly. I have some people who have blocked me on NAS in this community, very prominent in this community, and well, you know, fucking tough shit, tough titties. That's life. That's my other, what? I will call in and ask you about the upcoming NA show. I have a question for you.
Hello?
I hope you're having a good night. And don't drink too much, okay? Don't drink too much. I would love to see you toke up again. Oh, God. I do not get to see you toke up enough. And, yeah. It's beautiful when you do it on stream. On the Twatch stream. You get away with that. I'm sure they wouldn't like it, but they don't know what's in there. What's in your pipe. So, yeah, it'll be great to see you toke up. And anyway, yeah, I just want to say I haven't heard from Sir Chris Wilson in a long time here on the stream. I haven't heard in the voicemails or Matt the Cat. always good to hear Stillwater and John and Carolyn and Ned, Junta, and Blueberry and Lavish. Oh my God, there's so many great callers. There's so many great fucking callers. Anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to say hi, and I hope to talk to you later. See, I'll feel it out. Go with the flow. Go with the sewer flow. The sewer flows mightily and mayily. Stupid. That was stupid. I know. Mightily and mayily is ridiculous. Have a great night.
Caller, I was about to answer any question you had until you said you wanted to hear.
I have to comment on what a caller you got. What a caller you got, man. Wow. She is really quite the caller. You get quite the caller there, caller.
All the callers are great until Zindu comes out. I mean, Zindon. That's...
Well, like none of the blood goes to his brain because all the blood's going to his,
He's got a lot of appendages.
Yeah, his organs.
Caller?
Yes.
Do you have
a
bathroom horror story?
That's the easiest. Everybody's got a bath. Oh,
everybody.
One time
if you don't,
in the mall. You know the mall, right? You got big malls over there in New York.
I got two of them right in front of me.
Really? Right in front of you?
Well, there's King's Plaza, and then there's one. There's malls all over the place.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Well, let me tell you something. Those malls, they've got some great bathrooms. They got some big bathrooms. And
I don't think I ever shit in a mall bathroom before.
Well, I never have either. But I shit in a mall. You know where I'm going with this?
But
this is my horror story.
Was it in the garage? Where at the mall?
In the mall. I was walking around the mall, and I shit myself. And so I had to go to the bathroom. And so I went to the mall bathroom, and I cleaned up my...
Did you have Thai food at all before this?
No.
There was one time I was eating Thai food.
I wish.
And then I ran to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I was like, too late.
You got tied down.
Is this why underwear exists? Because if you didn't have it, it would have went all over? Our underwear, do we wear underwear just to stop ourselves from defecating in our pants or something? Is it like first line of defense?
I think so. I think that's a perfectly appropriate observation to make. I think you just got to keep it contained because you need a line of defense.
Did any fall out on the way to the bathroom?
Fall out? Are you kidding me? You've been listening to my story? Oh my God, I shit myself in the mall, Nick.
Well, yeah, but you were wearing underwear, right?
Yeah, I was.
Did the underwear contain...
But this wasn't ordinary. This was a real mudslide here. I'm talking the real deal.
Did you did you go back and get like whatever you needed? Your like a white shirt or something? Video game?
Every time I'm at the mall, it's not me that I'm not there for me. I'm there for someone else. So, mind you, I wasn't very old at the time. I was probably I wasn't very old. I was, I don't know, 30 something. It doesn't matter. But it was a long time ago, and I wasn't there for me, Nick. I was there for someone else.
Caller, I have to let you know something though.
What's that?
You didn't shit yourself in the bathroom.
No, I de-shit in the bathroom.
Well, yeah, That's not a bathroom horror story. That's an outside of the bathroom horror story. If he was like, oh man, I gotta shit, and he got to the bathroom, then shit himself in the bathroom, that would have been a bathroom horror story. Sorry, caller, but that was a good attempt. We're gonna take a quick musical break. I think I might have to use the bathroom. When we come back, we will thank people for existing and help donating, causing me to do taxes or something. We're gonna listen to some music here. Where's the goddamn mouse? Is that why they call it a mouse? Because you have to chase it? Rex Lambo with Come Back. You little mouse. Come back, you mouse. Sorry, the chat's talking about Zindu. It's making me a little upset. Okay, let's thank some people. There's a P.O. box. Got some mail in the P.O. box today. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the biggest written P.O. box one there. Let's see. It's 90549 Brooklyn, New York 11209. This is to Sir Nick. I'm not really a sir. But let's see what this is. Damn. This one's sticky. Maybe Maybe I could use like a pencil to open it or something. Wait, this isn't working very well. It's ripping the thing. All right. It's like a puzzle. Whoa! Tom Anonymous, thank you for the more money that I'm scared to spend. Who I'm going to be that guy at the grocery store with the $2 bills, just like buying everything there with. We got $4.20 in $2 bills. I got a stack of these now. They're going to be worth something in the future. Probably less than $2. The way things are going. Maybe I should sell them now. Liquidity or something. You gotta change the cash into something worth more money right away. Like maybe I can make it into grass or I don't know. Excelsior. Tom Anonymous. Thank you, Tom. And that was a great song that you had. Very, very happy. Where's the videos? Okay, we got another email here to the P.O. Box. Let's see if I could do some ripping. Oh, that was a good one. I gotta do it. I gotta tear it a little bit here. I want. Ah, damn it. $5 from Sir Crossstitch. Thank you for your show, Sir Crossstitch. Thank you for the paper ASMR. We got more here. Fuck. I need some way to open these better. Thank you, Sir Crossstitch. We have a Sir Mike Roch. Charge back on sewer scientist. 0N69/100. March 2nd, 2022. 69 cents. Account number 666. I don't know how he makes these, but he do make them. We have another letter here. Let's open this guy. Fuck, I'm going to rip the check one day. Maybe I should rip the check. This is another one from Sir Mike Roch. 42 cents to me. This was from February 24th, 2022. Just got it now. And finally, to the P.O. Box was whatever this is. Let's see what this is. Oh, is this a glitter bomb? It feels phallic. Come on. Oh, it's a gift receipt. Thank you for the send a note. Let's see, was there a note? A gift for you. I need a letter opener. Nick the Rat. March 2nd, 2022 from Servo. Well, why didn't I do this one first? Whoa. This looks, I might accidentally cut myself with this thing. Let's see. Does anybody have a letter opener? Hold on one second. Scissors. There we go. We got some scissors right here. I wonder if this is real bamboo. Is that still okay to have? Whoa. About to open this here. Whoa. It's like a little sword. A color?
Hey, what's up, Nick?
I got a new letter opener that's like a little sword.
You know what? When I was a little kid, my mother gave me, or she promised, and she gave me a letter opener, which was it actually had a scabbard, and you could pull it out. It was quite cool.
This one has one too.
So, caller, you're on the air. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm the caller.
Oh, does it make a cool noise when you pull it out real quick?
Yeah, it actually did. That's why I was listening, because remember, I'm totally blind. So I was like, what the hell is that noise?
Do you hear this?
Yes, I can. Hey, please do not tell me that's the sound of you playing for yourself. Oh my God!
I'm playing with my sword.
Scabbard. Put that away. So I want to ask you something. How are things beneath the shores of Hampstead? Because I know you're over in New York, but over in the UK, I'm just curious. The shores of Hampstead. Do you any rat friends communicate through some kind of tunnel?
We could, but it yells. It takes a couple days to get over there. If you want, I could go yell down into the tube. We don't really talk too much through the tube, but I could yell into it and ask them how they're doing. Last time I heard, they were doing pretty good.
Hang on, just give me a sec. I'm gonna throw on my $300 headset. Just give me a sec, because I'm really interested in. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm about to ask the question. It's gonna take a while to get the answer back, but let's see.
Oh, how does that work?
In Hempstead. All right, now we just have to wait for a reply. It's going to take a little while, but.
No, well, you know what? We don't have to. So, okay, can you hear me now?
Caller?
I was going to say, so I just switched over to my headset. Can you hear me?
Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hi. Do you have a bathroom horror story?
I do have a story. What kind of story would you like to hear?
A bathroom horror story. It has to take place in a bathroom. The horror could be, subjective. We could discuss the horror element, but the location needs to be in the bathroom. Somebody called in. They were like, "Oh, I needed to go to the bathroom. I was in the mall. I shit my pants." I was like, "You weren't in the bathroom, sir. If you shit your pants in the bathroom, that would have been a bathroom horror story."
Well, I do have a horror story.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. I was sitting back, and I made it back. Well, in my younger days, when how can I say this without making myself look bad? I'll just say anyway. So I I I was very drunk, and uh, let's just say that I projectile vomited over the stool, over the seat of my home, whatever. Well,
You yacked on the seat of the toilet.
well, no, it gets worse. I passed out.
Ooh.
I woke up, and my current girlfriend and my ex girlfriend, who by the way are still good friends. It gets very complicated, but I love them both. Anyway, I get because I had hair down to. I mean, you see me on Twitter. You see my Twitter thing, right? I know you have. So, you see, because I have pretty long hair, but this was even longer hair. So I got pulled up, and guess, smell this, bam! My face was pushed into it. What?
Like smelling salts
So-
or into. Oh,
No, caller. I mean, oh wait, I'm the caller. No, I'm telling you, I was the one who had puked all over the shit had congealed for like 10 hours. And I had two angry women that were telling me that I needed to clean my shit up. And it wasn't even shit, caller.
well, it was 10 hours though. That was a pretty good long sleep. Did you feel refreshed? You probably still wanted to hit the sack, but
well, look, I just would I'm using 10 hours as kind of a loose frame, but it probably was because I was like, because I don't normally do what I did, and I got into a beer drinking competition, and we were drinking really high end beer.
did you have
IPAs,
a floor? Was there a floor mat in the bathroom? Was it like a rug, a shag rug, or a spongy type of thing?
No, the whole thing just went all around. It was.
No, I'm wondering where you were sleeping. Were you sleeping on the toilet seat? Was the toilet seat cushioned?
No, I was curled. I was curled up with my girlfriend. My hand, because we were sleeping a single. My hand wrapped around her boobie. Nice, because she was the mother of my child. So that meant her boobs had grown. So yeah, it was it was a comfortable thing. But apparently she woke up. She walked out there.
Did you have a bidet? Bidet can help with that too.
Look, we were poor, my friend. We had nothing.
Not even a bidet.
I have spent a bidet to help, but she had already taken her pregnancy. I have spent years, and my friend Suncat, who I think has died, we spent years trying to figure out what you do for a living. And we pretty much figured it out. But it didn't take that much figuring out. Like when there are two angry women, who push a thing of soap, everything else into my hands, and I was like, I'm blind. No, what the fuck? Because you're blind. We've known this shit for years, and I gave you a child. Get that work, motherfucker.
Caller? Caller? Was she sleeping next to you for those 10 hours? Sarvo, thank you for that, the letter opener. This thing's awesome. I was playing with this the entire time. Whoa, what's going on here? We still have a lot more people to thank. What is it? Hello, caller?
Hello, caller. Oh, hey. I just went for it did not end up well for me, and so I have
Wait, no, we're doing the donate. Hold on. We're doing the donation segment now. Sorry, hold on, let's see here. I got sidetracked by this letter opener. I'm gonna be playing with this thing all fucking night now. Thanks, Servo. Jeez, I felt like a ninja. All right, let's see if there's any other donations that came in. And thank people. You go to nicktherat.com, click on donate. There's buttons. There's words. And I don't dox people. I'll read initials. And any note included. We got $10 from from If. Thank you, If, for the 10 smackaroonies. I will use that to probably buy beer and weed, but thank you. We have okay, here we go. 12. Get well soon, Lavish. Well, Lavish, I'm almost well. I like to take those vitamin C packages with all the powder in it and just chug it and then drink some water after that. It looks like a big old phone there. But thank you so much, Lavish. We got a couple more donations here. We have another 10. What the heck? I'm going to have to switch to something new other than beer and weed with all this money. Maybe the stock market. GS with $10. Thank you so much, GS. We have 2 more donations here. Another 10. 10. This is some of that numerology stuff. The note here says, if I have learned anything, it's that dead air makes great podcasting. No, it says, if I have learned anything, it is aesthetics are the reason for life. Donate. That's from IF again. So it looks like IF did. Was it the same IF? I can't dox people, but it was an IF, and it was another 10. And we have a 420 from NW. That's one of the subscription prices. That's like $1 an episode. I don't miss episodes even when I'm like dying or out of the country. I did have a ex-friend that hosted. I don't know what episode it was, but I was in Ireland and he did an episode playing all classical music. It was a very strange episode. I listened to it live to make sure he wasn't lying about doing it. My friend's dead to me now. We also have Twitch donations. If you have a Prime account, you could give me a free $2 by clicking a subscribe there. It's free if you have Prime. You probably have to put your email in. Let's see if anybody has. Let's see here. On Twitch, last week Anonymous Gifter was passing out tier 1 subs to everybody. Thank you so much, Anonymous Gifter. Then we had a follow by Lee Yowie, and then Quirkus resubbed with Prime 20 months an hour ago. Love your stream, and you are the one possum creature. And you are one possum creature. Thank you, everybody, for donating. Astics. Thank you, everybody, for donating. Yeah. You guys are great. Sewer chat's great. I see all your names. You're more than just little digital signals. But the robots, those guys are maybe more real than you because they're all over. There's more robots than people I know. I know more. Actually, I do. I do know more robots. I got a clock. A computer. There's a recording booth and a hot tub over there. It's got connection to the internet. It's gonna be scary when they start to kill us. We got Mio Seg with War of the Robots.
The atmosphere here tested above minimum, but the garden species cannot live due to excessive nitrogenic gas compounds emitted in our preliminary diagnosis.
That song is awesome. 917-719-5923.
Blood rolls over, we'll all be dead. If the log rolls over, we'll all be dead.
That's why we all got to hold the log up together. We have to hold that log up. And as everything unravels and separates and falls apart, we have to make sure that we come together to hold the log so it doesn't squish us and kill us all. I understand you, caller. A caller from Tuva? It kind of reminds me of this thing. Hold on, I'll watch it. We don't talk about Bruno. 917-719-5923. If you have a shitter story, a shitty story, a horror, paranormal, bathroom experience, bathroom horror story. That's what I wrote on Twitter. At least I think I wrote that. I don't know. Somebody maybe do it. They had a gun on me. Let's listen to a voicemail. 917-719-5923.
Hey, Nick.
Doctor?
Yeah, I was going to call and tell you a joke about my Boy Scout sons and camping or something, but I forgot it because apparently...
I like camping.
Yeah, not in that state of mind. Anyway, so my youngest son came up to me the other day and he said, "Daddy, are we pyromaniacs?" And I had to look at him and say, yes, we are, son. I don't have any kids. Fuck you. Arson.
Play a lot of Witcher, and they always call people Horsons. I always wondered what that meant. You praise Ifrit? Is there a god of fire god? I know more about Final Fantasy gods than real ones. I don't know. What is the Greek fire god? The Hades? Hades is, I don't think that's Hades. Prometheus? Or was Prometheus hepatitis? Hephaestus? Horsons! Yeah, fucking Horson. I like, ooh, what family? Mr. Horson. I gotta sell you some insurance for your solar panels on your house. It'd be nice if the mixer... Can we move the mixer to over on this side so the wire doesn't come choking me? You trying to kill me in the sewer? Helios was the sun. If Ephardus? You guys in the chat, man. Let's fuck my throat up a little bit more. Hold on 1 second here. He's getting hot. If you had a question, you could call and ask now. It's almost midnight in the sewer. That's usually when I am most open to answering questions, I guess. 917-719-5923.
If the log rolls over, we'll all be dead. If the log rolls over, we'll all be be dead. If the log rolls over, we'll all be dead.
One time I was camping. That's the PO speak. It's kind of cool.
Hello? Hello, Ed? Hello? Hello?
You could record stuff, so it's like what was that Nick the Rat Radio is it's okay.
Nick the Rat Radio is it's okay.
You can do weird stuff. Okay, what am I talking about here? Somebody was talking about camping. One time I was glamping at like a music video game music festival. It was a Magstock. I think it was it's the PO speak. It's been like in the 90s. Somebody was pooping in the showers in the bathroom, and it's like a 4 or 5 day camping event. So it's like you have to use the bathroom sometimes. So you can't hold it in all. I would go early in the morning because that's when they first clean the bathrooms. Otherwise, there's like 400 people, just all video game nerd camping out in the woods. It was people would shit in the shower and squish. Caller?
Hello, Nick.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm dead. I think I'm dead.
Did you ever shit in the shower?
All the time, mate. That's how I died.
Tell me more.
Slip and fell right in it. Take an awful shit in the shower, right?
Press 1 for more.
You step in it and you fall and break your bloody neck, and then nobody finds you for like 3 stinking days.
Happens. I'm sure that's happened to a lot of people out there.
An embarrassingly large amount of people, I would say. They're all here. Heaven's a lot shittier than you think it would be.
You're calling from heaven?
Something like that. Could be. Where are you from?
The sewers? Brooklyn, New York?
A lot of shit down there, I suppose.
Oh, it's just tons of shit. But heaven? Is there shit in heaven? Do you have to shit?
Oh yeah.
Excreting is pretty hot.
Christ,
it's a fun exercise.
Take the most massive dumps. You never want to go. You don't want to go in there after Jesus.
And that's why
I don't know about that dude's insides.
The bathroom is a great place for horror stories because it is such a heavenly place. The bathroom, you could excrete while you're sitting in privacy.
Those guys need a bigger bathroom.
Scared the shit out of you. That's
what happened to me.
And you slipped and fell in it.
I got no shit left. I haven't wanted a shit in a long time. You ever had anybody shit on you?
Well, yeah. We're alive, right?
Yeah.
Who hasn't?
Right. I mean, what's the point of being alive if you ain't gonna have somebody shit on you?
Listen, well, also you're included in somebody, right? You shit on yourself. You can't not shit on yourself. As soon as you take a shit, the shit touches you. You shat on you. You shat yourself. It's the cleanup.
Technically,
It
I
just depends
shat
on the cleanup
inside
time.
myself before I shat on myself.
You killed yourself with your shit. You shat yourself.
I shat on my life. And then all the earthworms are eating me. They're shitting me out on top of me.
It's good. It's the circle of life, baby.
That's what Elton John sang about.
Worms
You know,
eat
he's actually Paul McCartney.
wiggly long things eating his shit.
Yeah, my wiggly long thing, it doesn't eat nothing anymore.
Nah, it's done.
You can shit in heaven, but you can't fuck nobody. It's a bleeding shame.
Why not? Star Trek is looking better and better every day. The holodeck, it's better than heaven. Because you could shit and eat and do whatever you want there.
I've been trying to get the Lord Almighty to install a holodeck up here, but it won't do it.
Well, it's like a backdoor hack.
Well,
you could do all the stuff you can't do in heaven in the holodeck. So you just install a holodeck in heaven and upgrade.
I think heaven's it's a holodeck itself, and whoever programmed it is a real asshole.
Wait, I'm seeing reports that there's no genitalia in heaven.
That's not true. You got them, but they don't work.
Oh.
And in heaven, they're not sexualized like they are on earth.
Caller, do you have a heartbeat?
No.
So no. How do you move? Do you have muscles?
You can't even keep time with music up here. You should hear everybody trying to play bleeding harp all at the same time. They can't do it. Heaven actually sucks. I hear the real party is down in hell with Lucifer.
Wait, are you some sort of musician?
No. Chimney sweep. I was. Which is actually a euphemism for a male prostitute.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'll sweep
Oh,
you
man.
anytime.
Now I feel like an asshole because some kids were running around the neighborhood and they gave me a card that said that they were chimney sweepers. And I took the card. Am I going to get arrested? Fuck.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're a pedophile now. You got yourself on a watch list.
Caller,
As a matter of fact, I think I got myself on a watch list just talking to you. Oh, shit.
I gotta go. Jesus. Damn. Fire start. Burn it all. We got Max Augustin with Paranoid. Burn it all.
got a lot of money at your work job place. They just gave you a raise. You got money to spend. You want something new. You want to wow your neighbors. You want to push the envelope. You want to surpass the Joneses. Fuck the Jones. You're going to be in a whole nother freaking universe compared to those people. Say goodbye to one of your neighbors. Just say bye to them now. Take a shit on their lawn and wave goodbye, because we have a product for you tonight. We are selling Eternal Flames. Yeah, it's been under the wraps for a long time. These wraps must be nuclear thermal or something, because these flames are hot. They never even burn out. It's like a lighter. You see, it's right here. Hold on, let me grab this thing. But the thing is, it never runs out of gas. It's like an eternal gas machine. I don't even know how it works, but I had this lighter for like at least a couple days now. Never ran out on me. I use it a couple times a day. Eternal Fire. But only from the Dark Sewer Network. It's like space-age technology. It's fucking crazy. Buy yours today.
Come a little closer, madam. I want to tell you about something your children will love. Monster vitamins. They're fun. They're screaming meaning. Babbly back. Monstermobile. Monsters taste terrific too, Mother. Your children should get vitamins by eating right, but when they don't, Mother, Monsters and Monsters plus Iron sure help. My children love them. Right, kids?
Right!
The vitamins are always weird. It's like, can you live off vitamins? You just drank water and had vitamins, could you live? I guess there's no protein vitamin. Other than the soybean. Do people really know what you actually really need? Like, have we starved people to death in mass droves in certain ways? Like, without a control group? Like, we're just going to give that group of about 1,000 people only protein and iron and no calcium. Fuck, those are the no calcium fuckers over there. They ever do that? The Nazis have? Just I do not think the Nazis have done. They've done horrific experiments, but the ones that I've seen in anime usually involve machines with multiple prosthetics on it. Good night, Tom. Thank you for the music. And the 420 Bubba. Please for the 420 Bubba. Fucking Wait, we're not talking about. But the vitamins always have the not approved by the FDA on it. But then there's the food triangle, which is made by the FDA. I'm very confused as a citizen of Earth. Being a citizen of Earth is a very confusing thing. It's like this right there. That fake shit is real, and that real shit's fake. And we're gonna switch it whenever we want. But hey, you know, it's the price of not getting, I guess, raped and killed by your government. Boy, oh boy. Bathroom horror stories. Diane, I don't have any. Let's listen to Soulless play Reborn from the Ashes. everybody. Sorry, I'm still a little under the weather, so sometimes I need to hack out and then whack out. Oh, we're talking about video games in the chat. Also, that was Soulless. All the music you hear, you could get on the SoundCloud /Nick the Rat. I have a link in my website, nicktherat.com. You can go there and figure out how to get to the other places. But there's links to everything. It's all free. You could sell this show if you wanted to. You can listen to it and you give it to other people. You can spread it around. It's culture. This is culture. And much like culture, so are video games. And if Stillwater is listening, I don't know if he is. I started playing Final Fantasy II finally because I really want to play Part 6, which I love. Final Fantasy VI is one of the RPGs that got me to realize that RPGs exist, that I could actually beat one too. Like before Final Fantasy VI, I don't know if I ever really beaten like a big RPG game. I've beaten like Mario 1, 2, 3, side scrollers, beaten those, and Contra. But like as a massive 30-hour-ish RPG, that was like the first one that I've actually beaten. It's weird how much time you can put into video games. It's beautiful. So I'm playing Final Fantasy II. I'm enjoying it so far. I just got Minwoo. That's the white mage in Final Fantasy. He just left my group. And I got some dude named Joseph. I went through some snow. It's so far it's a little bit easier than Final Fantasy 1 in terms of leveling, I guess. But I hear there's going to be a huge job system that I haven't hit yet. Also, the Hunt Showdown. Been enjoying the crap out of that game. Love Western games with shooting. I like old guns. I think are cool. Like almost like musket guns, but these are like 1800 guns. So they got revolvers and things, but it's not like a machine gun where you're shooting off fucking. Because those games, it's like you have to hit the person so many times. In the Hunt, you just have to hit them like once or twice. There's going to be like a couple of 1 or 2 hits, and then you're dead or you killed somebody. Better than fucking having to shooting somebody for like 20 minutes. They got armor. There's no armor in the 1800s. Okay. Vampire Survivors was a short game that I played a lot. I enjoyed it until I realized that there was no boss yet. It's still in beta. It's like a $2 game or something. It's like a live forever shooting things. That was pretty cool experience. And Servo was talking about Elden Ring, which looks pretty dope. It's open world. You run around. You level up your dude. You do your thing. Looks great. But, yeah. It's only so much time in the day. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
So, do you recommend, what was it, Hunter's, what? No,
the Hunt Showdown. It's a 12 player multiplayer. It's kind of quote unquote hardcore, but not really.
Are they trying to sell it off like a...
I have shot a gun before. I've shot a shotgun before. Also, like
What's
an
that?
MP4. Somebody in the chat was asking if I ever shot a real gun before.
Have you shot a real gun before?
Yeah, I've done skeet shooting with a shotgun.
Okay.
And then
Did
I
you enjoy
shot
it?
like a 9 caliber. It's yeah, guns scare me less than knives and stuff. It's
Oh.
weird.
Huh.
Like if somebody's like I'd rather shoot a gun than throw a knife at a wall.
Well, yeah. I mean, throwing a knife at a wall and having it stick is a little bit harder.
It's harder, and also there could a lot of shit could happen with throwing a knife at a fucking. Could bounce back.
There's a lot of scenarios where it could go drastically wrong.
I think there's more scenarios where more wrong than a gun shooting at a gun.
So, do they have like the axe throwing places?
Yeah, there's. I won't do that.
The sewer?
I'm not doing that shit.
I've seen stuff happen. It just looks like that's like not the place to go.
I'll play darts. Sure, darts.
Yeah.
Whatever. If the dart bounces off, it's not going to come flying back at me and hit me in the fucking whatever.
And I've seen stuff on TV where it's like, oh my gosh, like that could come back and maybe chop off an appendage of some sort.
Just make it further away. Like, I don't know, whatever. Well, you can't do it further away.
Well, then, or I do it outdoors, out in an open field.
It's cold out.
You got room to jump out of the way.
Caller, do you have any bathroom horror stories?
The earliest one that I can remember was going to visit a great grandmother of mine, and she lived in a nursing home, and I had to use the facilities to go to the bathroom. I went in there and got ready to go to the bathroom, but was going to sit down, and decided to turn on the light. There was a pull cord. Pulled the cord. The light came on for 5 seconds and then went off. So I pulled it again. It went on for 5 seconds and it turned off again. So I did it a third time, and it did the same thing. So I just finally sat down and was sitting down for a while, and then all of a sudden a person came into the bathroom that was a nurse, and I was pulling the emergency cord. And she came in, I guess, and insisted to go into the bathroom, even though my parents were telling her that it was I in the bathroom and my great-grandmother. So she came in and saw me chopping a squat. So it's like,
Everybody came in. I was like, "There's an emergency in the bathroom."
So it's not a dirty horror story.
That's pretty traumatic. How old were you? Do you remember how old you were?
What's that?
Was this last week?
No, I was like 5.
I remember in kindergarten walking in on some girl in the bathroom.
Oh.
And I remember there was like a big oh, your little son Rat walked into the bathroom, and there was a girl in there ready. I was like, I don't even think that I think I just had to use the bathroom.
Did you see anything?
I think I saw a little girl using the bathroom, but I was a little. Either way, it was. That
you
was
were adolescent, so you didn't know any better. You just went in.
That was like in like
right?
How old are you in kindergarten? Like 5, 6? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, 5, and that's how old I was when that nurse came in.
People expect you to know a lot of shit as a kid. I think it's very strange.
I think so.
It's just like, oh, a 5-year-old is gonna figure out that they gotta not go into the bathroom when the door's closed sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Or something, or not to pull that cord. That
Especially
cord's not the light.
I mean, you probably spring into it when you're a kid, when you're at home without.
It's not like I had a gun. I didn't like kick in the door and waving a gun and demand tax money. Using my bathroom.
Now.
I think I was like, hey, I gotta pee. Fuck.
Yeah, that's I think they, especially when you're that young, I don't know. Probably maybe they don't get freaked out enough now. I don't know, or they got too freaked out then.
I don't know. It wasn't really anything serious. I remember just like, I think I was freaked out. I was like, why is there a girl in the fucking bathroom?
I remember when I got to like 6th grade and someone smoked in the bathroom, and that went throughout the whole entire school.
Was it you?
Crazy. No, it was not me.
Do you know what crazy shit happened in the school that you don't even know about?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's, yeah.
Like what? Any drug deals?
Oh, well, not in elementary school, but definitely in high
Are you
school
sure about that? There might be drug deals happening in elementary schools.
Well, nowadays, maybe, I don't know. You hear about some stuff.
Yeah, like, don't they give like 3-year-olds Ritalin and shit now? I don't even know.
I don't know. I think I just heard something about like a kid in like 4th grade like was dealing drugs or something. I thought I just read a story about something. Whether that's M5M or some sort of truthful story. Because I think there's still a faction that are anti-marijuana, at least, out there.
Are you anti-marijuana, caller?
No, I am not.
Diane, don't hang up. Okay. Phew.
Are you?
My what? Caller.
Are you?
I have a question for you, caller. Have you ever strained yourself for work?
Have I ever
strained? You ever
strained?
Yeah, like
a.
Have you ever had like an only?
weed?
Do you have an OnlyFans?
Like a weed strain?
Maybe. Do you ever have a weed for work? You ever sell weed, caller?
Like strain? Why? Who's asking? Wait. How much
Do you have a
need?
strainer at home? Do you strain your pasta, or do you use the lid on the? I guess that's still straining when you use the lid on the pot and you kind of tip it out.
How much pasta do you need?
Enough pot, like spaghetti.
Are you a Fed? You know you have to tell me if you're Fed, right?
I don't have to tell you shit. Beyond Bedrooms with 5120 stereo.
neighborhood. Some of them are
well, those are the motherfuckers that fucking introduced crack into my neighborhood last month.
Do you have a crack problem?
Well, now I do, because
really?
those fuckers introduced crack into the neighborhood.
Really?
And what they don't tell you about crack is, god damn, it's good.
Yeah. Where in your neighborhood there's a crack?
Yeah, it's huge crack.
So you can just step out the front door now, and there's a crack readily available now.
Well, I sell it.
Yeah.
But I'm using so much of it now.
Yeah.
But I'm still getting fat.
Yeah. Well,
I don't quite understand.
How is that even possible?
I don't know.
I was going to ask you
I have to
that.
talk to a gastroenterologist.
You don't have any now, do you? Any crack now?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Yeah,
well, after you do it for a while, you do not share.
Yeah.
The issue isn't whether you're paranoid, Lenny. I mean, look at this shit. The issue is whether you're paranoid enough.
Idle teens at 1 o'clock.
Intercepting in 3, 2. Sup, guys? Heard the new rap CD?
Yo, I don't know what I dig more. Hip-hop, crunk, or serving my country.
Are you guys hitting on us?
No, man. We just want to talk to you about something near and dear to us.
What, being gay?
Close. The Army. Because of exciting current events, the Army needs new members.
New members who want to earn money for college and see a part of the world that tourists never go to.
Doesn't the Army have to fight in wars?
Not wars, global struggles.
You guys like globes.
Let's go, dudes.
Damn it! Even the dumbest teenagers in the dumbest town and the dumbest state know better than to join the Army.
Well, we'll just have to go younger.
Everybody grows up within a culture that tries to teach them that the way our culture does things is the natural way, ordained by God. It's the only rational and sensible way. And all other cultures, all the damn foreigners, are all crazy, dirty, degenerate, and subhuman. And they also, every place you go, they also believe tourists are a curse invented by God to punish us for our sins. The reason tourists appear a curse invented by God is that tourists don't act the way people are supposed to act. If they come from Germany, they don't act like us. They act like Germans. If they come from Ireland, they act like Irish. If they come from Japan, they act like Japanese. They don't know the right way to act, which is the way we were taught to act. Now, I have pondered all my life, all my adult life, why do people spend so much time on the singular occupation of making life hard for other people? That is to say, why do people put so much energy into trying to put other people down, to find nasty things to say about them, ways to criticize them, ways to humiliate them, ways to make them feel like they're one step down? Well, according to most standard psychological theories, people do this because they feel insecure. People who feel insecure are trying to put other people down. That makes them feel a little less insecure because they put somebody even further down than they feel. Okay, that theory sort of makes sense, but then you look around and you see how much time people spend trying to put one another down, and the only conclusion you can come to is that everybody feels insecure. Human society consists of a bunch of people who basically have this program, which the great New York psychologist Albert Ellis defined way back in the 50s as, I am a no good shit. Ellis I regard as my great predecessor in using honest language in books about psychology, describing the way people really think and feel. I am a no good shit. That is the basic program that most people are operating on. The second program is, if I pretend hard enough, nobody will guess I'm a no good shit. And the third program is, the way to do it is to convince everybody else that they're no good shits. The people who become most adept at this find an ideology which allows them to go around correcting everybody else all the time, which explains why there are so fucking many Marxists in the world, even after Marxism has totally collapsed everywhere outside of China, Cuba, and Pacifica Radio. Marxism is basically a maneuver to put other people down. You just wait for them to say something. You got a long list, and as soon as they violate one of the taboos, you jump, aha, bourgeois thinking, male chauvinism, whatever is the latest thing. And Now, why are people so devoted to putting one another down? Why do they all have this basic program, I am a no good shit? Well, infants are born without any culture. Every infant, as Bucky Fuller once said, is born naked, hungry, and intensely curious. And that's about it. Naked, hungry, and intensely curious. So the principal role of parents is to take this naked, hungry, intensely curious being and persuade it, cajole it, browbeat it, terrorize it, or one way or another convince it that the way we do things in this tribe is the natural way ordained by God, and anything you feel like doing or want to do or that seems natural to you, if it doesn't fit into tribal customs, you got to stop it right away. Now, most people have been so thoroughly conditioned by their culture that they really are horrified when they become parents, if they become parents. They really are horrified when they notice that their children do not have the tribal taboos firmly in place. The children are born without the taboos. They do all sorts of things that, according to social standards, are immoral, unethical, disgusting, perverse, and not the way human beings are supposed to behave. So the parents are really shocked. Oh, my God, we gave birth to a monster. So then they put on more pressure. So the process of growing up from infancy to toddler to young child, getting ready for school, is a process of learning continually that you are a no good shit. And you got to learn to put on this mask and act like everybody else and repeat all the social customs, and then nobody will notice you're a no good shit. And this creates so much tension that people spend most of their adult lives still trying to recover from this by finding other no-good shits and denouncing them. So human society consists of a search and destroy mission against no-good shits. Let's find the no-good shits and get rid of them. In California right now, it's the cigarette smokers. According to George Bush, it's the pot smokers. They talk a lot about crack babies, but Judge Sweet, when he had his awakening or whatever it was and decided the war on drugs was the craziest thing that ever happened to this country and started speaking out against it, Judge Sweet pointed out that 70% of the budget for the war on drugs goes to the pursuit of pot smokers. So if they're so worried about crack babies, why aren't they spending 70% on fighting cocaine? Why are they spending 70% fighting pot? Well, it seems... I don't know. That has a lot to do with it, probably. Those of you who haven't heard about that, Eli Lilly provides the ether and other necessary chemicals that are used by the Colombians to process the coca leaves into cocaine. And Eli Lilly makes millions and millions of dollars a year selling this stuff. And George Bush and Dan Quayle are both major stockholders in Eli Lilly. So if the cocaine business ever fell apart, they'd lose millions and millions of dollars every year that they're earning right now. So when they start raving and ranting about cocaine, which is a drug I don't like, but when they start ranting and raving about that, one has to suspect they are not perfectly sincere. And that may explain Judge Sweet's figures that 70% of the money is actually going to fight pot. On the other hand, our society, ever since sugar became popular in the late Middle Ages, has been a rather wired society, a rather frantic, fast-paced, nervous, somewhat hostile society. Ask any non-white person on the whole fucking planet what they think about our society. They wouldn't say we're somewhat hostile. They'd say we tromp all over the planet murdering people. Yeah, I'd say we're hostile. This is known as sugar reaction, too much sugar. This society got so heavily addicted to sugar in the late Middle Ages, Renaissance period, that slavery became the biggest industry in the history of the world. They had slavery in the ancient world, but never to the extent that it was developed by Western Europeans in the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th centuries. The reason they had so many slaves is that was the only way. They didn't have the technology, they didn't have the machinery, so they turned human beings into machines. That was the only way they could get enough sugar to satisfy their sugar addiction. And then they discovered coffee. And the next thing they discovered is that hardly anybody can drink this stuff in its pure form. The only way you can drink this drug, which gets you wired and nervous and hostile, is to put sugar in, another drug that gets you wired and nervous and hostile. So we have developed a society based on everybody being wired and nervous and hostile, and along comes pot, which makes people relaxed and humorous and laid back and sexy. So naturally they're at war with pot. It's destroying the whole foundations of our society.
What's this assembly for? A surprise Doodlebots concert?
Standardized test, standardized test, standardized test.
How many of you like video games?
Well, what if there was a violent video game that you could play for free, plus it's real life and not a game at all? Wouldn't that be slamming?
Who are these wonderful people?
And we brought along a movie. Do you guys know where we could find some awesome kids to show it to?
Dearborn, Michigan? No, here!
You got it.
I'm imagining that night as me!
Of all the shortages we had, there's a gasoline shortage. You know what else is disappearing from the supermarket shelves? Toilet paper. Ha, you can laugh now. There is an acute shortage of toilet paper in the good old United States. We got to quit writing on it. But I want to tell you, it is serious. I just saw a commercial where... I know it's coming. Where Mrs. Olson comes in with a shopping bag, and the housewife says, "Forget the coffee, just give me the shopping bag." I want
to tell you. I'm Lieutenant Commander Data. Lieutenant Commander Christopher Hobson. By order of Starfleet, I hereby take command of this vessel. Please note the time and date in the ship's log. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to request a transfer. May I ask why? I don't believe I'd be a good first officer for you. Your service record to date suggests you would perform that function adequately. No, that's not what I mean. I don't think I'd be a good first officer for you. Why? Frankly, sir, I don't believe in your ability to command this ship. You're a fellow officer, and I respect that, but no one would suggest that a Klingon would be a good ship's counselor or that a Borellian could be an engineer. They're just not suited for those positions. By the same token, I don't think an android is a good choice to be captain. I understand your concerns. Request denied.
Now, you can't legally join the Army till you're 18, but if you pre-enlist now, we will save you a spot in America's next unresolvable conflict.
Mathematicians only are dealing with the structure of the reasoning, and they do not really care about what they're talking. They don't even need to know what they're talking about, or as they themselves say, or whether what they say is true. Now, I explain that. If you state the axioms, you say, such and such is so, and such and such is so, and such is so, what then? Then the logic can be carried out without knowing what the such and such words mean. In other words, mathematicians prepare abstract reasoning that's ready to be used if you will only have a set of axioms about the real world. But the physicist has meaning to all the phrases. And there's a very important thing that a lot of people who study physics that come from mathematics don't appreciate. The physics is not mathematics, and mathematics is not physics. One helps the other. But you have to have some understanding of the connection of the words with the real world. And this is a problem which is not a problem of mathematics at all. Mathematicians also like to make their reasoning as general as possible. If you say, I have a three-dimensional space, ordinary space, I want to talk about ordinary space. You know, you're in it, and you measure distances, and there are three numbers you need to tell where something is. You go breadth, width, and height. Three-dimensional space, and you begin to ask them about theorems. Then they say, now look, if you had a space of n dimensions, then here are the theorems. Well, I say, yeah, but I only want the case 3. Well, substitute n equals 3. And then it turns out that very many of the complicated theorems they have are much simpler because it happens to be a special case. Now, the physicist is always interested in a special case. He's never interested in the general case. He's talking about something. When you know what it is you're talking about, that these things are forces, and these are masses, and this is inertia, and this is so on, then you can use an awful lot of common sense, seat-of-the-pants feeling about the world. You've seen various things. You know more or less how the phenomenon is going to behave. Well, the poor mathematician, he translates it into equations, and the symbols don't mean anything to him, and he has no guide but precise mathematical rigor and care in the argument. The mathematical rigor of great precision is not very useful in the physics, nor is the modern attitude in mathematics to look at axioms. Now, mathematicians can do what they want to do. One should not criticize them because they are not slaves to physics. It is not necessary that just because this will be useful to you, they have to do it that way. They can do what they will. It's their own job. And if you want something else, then you work it out yourself.
Thanks for fitting us in, Sergeant Skinner.
Oh, I'd do anything for my beloved Army.
Well, how about re-enlisting?
How about you bite me?
In a time when your government is spying on you, there's really not much you can do but try to protect your anus. I like to protect my anus using world-class VPN. Hello, comrades. Do you know how it is hard to go onto a website with lactating men or watching little children ride little animals, and then you hear knock at door, is government man with gun waiting to shoot you, lock you up, put you into a cage, and put you on display for Lord and Savior Putin to beat you with his penis? Yeah, this is no good. I do not enjoy it either. And most VPN services in communist Russia, it's no help, does not help me become the pervert of the future that I would like to be. So basically, there is new service recently purchased from Mr. Bemrose himself to put into Russia. It is Sir Bemrose's Russian VPN. Is now owned by Russian government. We do not spy on people. The packets are always kept hidden, like undercover. You cannot see, they do not see the packets. You go onto your dating website, you look for a partner, you are big, you big horny hentai man. Your government won't know. They won't come to your house, knock on your door. If you order drugs, like marijuana or any type of drugs on the internet, they do not care. They will look right through it. They just see static. They do not see what's going on. Trust me. You could trust me, your friend Boris VPN on off. Sir Bemrose talked to me on phone personally. He sound much like a little boy. Sound like Mr. Bemrose doesn't work out much. His pecs are probably really small. My pecs really big. I think Mr. Bemrose started the VPN service to go look at My Little Pony websites. And he was being harassed by his government man because Senator Trump, he does not like pony boys, but he sold his technology to Russia, and now we are advertising Mr. Sir Bemrose's Russian VPN is new addition to old Sir Bemrose VPN service. You and me together will make world great again. You don't have to worry about being spotted for being a weird freak on the internet. If you look at, I don't know, let me look at my search history right here. Let me bring up web page and go to my search history. Let's see, how to become big, strong man in Russia today. That's me. Yes, I searched for that. Like this one, I like pictures of how to get my sister naked, not looked frowned upon in Russia. They will arrest you on spot if
beer, drink it. Sugar, eat it. Car, drive it. Drugs, take them. Shop, buy it. Nick the Rat Radio, donate to it. This message was approved by the U.S. government.
Yeah, we're opening up these sewer shops. Just sugar. We sell sugar candy sugar shops. Yeah, we're putting them around the country. In a sewer near you. You just go down there. And we got some of them. We have sugar, like sugar, da. Basically everything is sugar. Even the containers. The sugar candy.
Sorry, caller. Whoa, hi.
Hey, are you talking about food and war? War food?
War food?
Tonight? Yeah, man, I was having a whore in the bathroom for like the first hour of your show, so I missed it all.
Horson.
Horson?
Horson.
Who's a horse?
What's
so food and war? And sugar?
Sure.
Yeah, man. You know my theory is that the grasses have been waging a war on the trees since time immemorial, and we are their little pawns.
The grass is trying to catch up to the trees. There's a lot of them, but they're not as tall.
They're what? Oh, no. Yeah, that they require us to go, so that we can put more grass in.
How long could grass live? What's the oldest blade of grass?
The oldest blade of grass is rough, but it's blue something or other. Blue fescue is the type. Like in California, we call it crabgrass because it shoots these runners above ground, like kind of like.
But how long could grass live? You're missing the point.
It'll live as long as it has water. The same little
blade of
rhizomatous.
grass?
The whole ball, the whole system, most grasses will eventually form like just tight clumps.
Where does grass seeds come from?
So
They come
if
from
you
trees,
let grass
right?
grow, eventually you'll get a spindly stalk that doesn't look like a blade of grass, and it's a hollow.
Oh yeah, it's like
and at the top of it,
shoots up,
it'll
and
be
it becomes those little seeds that shoot off.
well.
How
usually they get
do those
attached to
come?
Animals.
Where do they come from? Those are like, would that be
Where's what
the
come
male
from?
or the female grass? Would that be like the bull grass?
I don't actually know because I was watching sped up footage of like oats and rye growing, and it doesn't seem to flower. So it must all be like self-pollinating inside the stalk or something. Because I most things like when they want to go to seed, they flower.
Caller, don't worry. Nobody knows the answer.
To what?
What makes grass seed?
Well, once it's old enough, and then the season, I imagine it'll want to go to seed before it gets
you don't
cold.
know for sure.
Aliens, and
Could
that
be.
I know for sure.
Could be. Well, grass is alien to us. Well, you're not grass.
Well, I mean, I am heavily controlled by grasses, though, as is almost every other human on the planet, because of gut bacteria and whatnot.
Just don't.
I find it interesting. The guy was talking about sugar making you hostile and anxious, and I don't. Is that what it does?
Probably,
It's supposed
but
to be kind
either.
of.
Also, I like coffee without sugar. He downplayed sugar. He downplayed. He talks a lot.
Oh, he does talk a lot?
Oh yeah, he talks a lot. He doesn't do anything but talk.
Is that the guy that was the voiceover for everything?
It's,
What is his name?
Robert
Alan?
Anton Wilson.
Oh, I don't know who that is. That's interesting. Does he generally lecture about like socio-political stuff or
no?
Weed? Usually weed?
No.
Well, I'm not. I mean, well, I guess I'll just have to keep listening to the show then, huh?
Robert Anton Wilson will unlock your brain. He's a philosopher. I would say he's a philosopher.
Does he do ASMR on Twitch?
He's dead now. He just talks and doesn't stop.
You're avoiding the question,
monotone.
and I find that very suspicious.
His ghost might be on Twitch somewhere. I have to look. Well then. Caller?
I heard that you were looking for some shitty stories.
Yes.
You ever been to LaGuardia?
The airport?
Yeah, LaGuardia.
Yeah, I've been to LaGuardia Airport.
I've seen horrors there that would make even the toughest man shiver down to his core, man.
Well, think of airports in general. Airport bathrooms. Oh, you know how many asses sit on those seats in one day? From around the world, too.
Nick the Rat, when I say this, I mean this. I truly mean this. I would have rather had all the asses in LaGuardia Airport bathroom sit on my face than witness what I had to go through.
Oh, dear.
This is not for the faint of heart.
Wait, caller. Hold on one second. I have to warn people. If you're listening to the show, and if you are not faint of heart... All right, continue, caller.
So I'm sitting on my porcelain throne doing my paperwork, which in the business, paperwork is code for taking a number 2. You don't want to say, hey, I'm taking a massive, nasty shit over the radio.
Caller, I have to interrupt you. Because you just brought a story up in my mind. It's going to be really quick. Back when I used to work in the factory warehouses of replicating images, I had a dookie. It was called the dookie because he used a good bathroom. There was a key to it, and we would say, "Hey, you got the dookie?" Because it was for the bathroom. All right, continue on.
So I'm sitting on the porcelain throne doing my paperwork, minding my own business, and was probably listening to a show or some music at the time. I had my earbuds in and trying to drown out the sounds of the airport and all the "you must obey, you must obey, you must obey" announcements coming over.
Please, sir, you must
telling
obey.
People to, yeah, if you see something, say something, citizen. So I'm drowning out the music, and I see the shadow of what seems to be a taller person and a smaller person enter the stall beside me. And mind you, the only stall that was open at the time was the I don't know if you're allowed to say this word anymore, but it was the handicapped stall, that, the real big one. We got a lot of airspace, a lot of elbow room, you know what I mean?
Did you say handicap? I don't think. Diane, what's that mean? All right, continue. I'm going to find out what that means. Continue.
So I'm sitting here, and the tile was one color when I sat down. Now, Nick the Rat, I know you're a fan of horror movies, right? You ever seen one of them flicks when they, kill somebody in a porcelain floor room or something, and the blood just goes everywhere?
Yeah, it spills out like
these big gnarly pools of just human fluid.
Yeah.
What I saw, Nick the Rat, was the real life. I swear to all things good and natural, it was the real life version of that, but instead of human blood, it was human feces. I looked down, and within inches of my foot is a huge pile of human poo. For the little person beside me in the stall had such an eruption out of their ass that it blew shit all over the floor in amounts that you could count in square footage.
That's a lot of shit.
It was so much shit, Nick the Rat.
Have you ever been trapped in a box? Maybe like a 12-foot by 300-foot long box with somebody that has shit in their pants?
Like a semi-truck?
Have you ever been to a New York City subway?
Yeah, a handful of times.
There's you could tell there's sometimes people that shit their pants and they don't care because they're and they're on the train, but when the doors open and everybody runs for seats, but when there's somebody that shit has feces and fecal matter, they'll be sitting by themselves and there'll be seats all around them for like 30 feet. And you're like, why? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, wait, that didn't take place in a bathroom.
I do have one story. It is not my own story, but it is a story that still stays with me to this day, if you care to have it.
All right, one more story. Caller.
I had a boss at one point in time, who used to travel the world doing his business, and he would travel with a sizable crew. And this one particular crew was traveling abroad in China. Now, I forget exactly which parts of China that they were playing. I've heard so many stories over the years, and just the different crazy-ass shit that they would see over there. But my boss, he was a real rough and tough dude. He was a sort of no-shit taker sort of guy. And he was the sort of dude that worked with his bare hands. He would never wear gloves. That's just the sort of man that he was. And he's going to go do his paperwork at the top of the morning when they're getting ready to load in this show in China. And he gets into the stall and sees the toilet. The toilet's pretty grody. He's just going to take a leak and maybe try and find a different bathroom. So as he's standing there taking his piss, he starts looking at the stall walls, and he sees all of these streaks with human fingerprints in them. And he's trying to figure out, there's been this smell just kind of approaching on him this entire time. And as he's looking at these streaks, and as he's standing there with his pecker in his hand, he begins to realize what he is surrounded with. It seems that people have been doing their paperwork in this bathroom, and instead of using any toilet paper, because there seemed to be no toilet paper, It seemed that these individuals were wiping their asses with their bare hands and cleaning them off on the stall walls. He calmly put his pecker back into his pants, went and washed his hands real good, and then told the rest of the crew, hey, you guys might want to put some gloves on because you might not know what you'll be touching.
Caller, have you ever smoked in a bathroom?
Many a time.
What's the youngest age you've done this at?
Probably 22, 23.
Too old. Let's listen to Baradine with Malin. It's not too scary when that happens. When you see like a 7-year-old smoking cigarettes, oh god.
You spilt all over me. Lovers spit left on repeat. My mom and dad let me stay home. It drives me crazy. Talk it so good, we can make it so divine. We can talk it good, how you wish it would be all the time. The drink you spilt all over me, lovers spit left on repeat. My mom and dad let me stay home, it drives me crazy getting old. Drink you spilt all over me, lovers spit left on repeat. My mom and dad let me stay home. Drives me crazy getting old. Getting old. Drives me crazy. This dream isn't feeling sweet. We're reeling through the midnight streets, and I've never felt more alone. It feels so scary. Talk it so good, we can make it so divine. We can talk it good, how you wish it would be all the time. This dream isn't feeling sweet, we're reeling through the midnight streets, and I've never felt more alone. Feels so scary getting old. This dream isn't feeling sweet, we're reeling through the midnight streets, and I've never felt more alone. Driving crazy, getting old. Friend I need, we're in beds like little kids. We laugh until our ribs get tough. That would never be enough. You're the only friend I need. We're sharing beds like little kids. We laugh until our ribs get tough. That would never be enough.
Hello? Stillwater. Quercus. Call. Caller.
Hey, hello from Spearfish.
Stillwater.
How you doing, Nick?
I'm pretty drunk right now.
Dude.
I'm pretty drunk. I'm playing Final Fantasy 2. I put about I'd say about like 10 hours into it so far.
Okay, so like what's happened like story-wise?
All right, so there's these people that are bombing cities with airships.
Uh-huh.
And Sid is like, hey, yo, I got this thing. It's the sun flame or some shit. And then
you gotta get the
snowmobile?
that thing to blow up a big airship that's bombing everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's early in the game, I think.
So, have you been attacking yourself?
Only in the bathroom.
Dude, this is a unique feature that is found only in Final Fantasy II. If you attack yourself, you will get stronger at everything depending on what you do.
I know whenever you attack, the weapon you're using levels you up, and you could have like two-hand attacks, but I know it's good to use a shield and an item.
You could do a
How many
sword
characters
knife
are there?
too if you want to.
Like I started the game with 4 characters, and I named them all, and then one of them disappeared.
And then one of them disappeared forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's because that guy's a fucking asshole, and you should have named him Asshat.
Really? I made him one of my best friends.
Yeah, because he just disappears until the very, very, very end. And it's like, oh, thank you for saving me, but I'm gonna go and not join you guys. Bye. And so, fuck that asshole. That guy's an asshole.
Well, Paladin, I named him Paladin.
You named him what?
My friend Paladin knows what I'm talking about. Either way.
Oh, you named that one Kyle? Dude, that's actually kind of perfect. Knowing your history, yeah. Because it just kind of fucks off. Anyway.
Kyle's Kyle. Paladin.
Right.
Paladin is...
Do you have... So the reason they got rid of that character is so that they could throw in temporary player characters throughout each of the chapters throughout the game.
Oh.
So do you have Mindu right now?
You just hold on.
No, did you take a hit and I was supposed to keep talking to Max and then
I'm still sick.
Completely ruined everything by pointing it out with this very statement?
I am still... Min Yu just left my group, and I have Joseph. He punched a rock, and then I'm on a...
Shoot! Because, okay, he was Mindu in the Nintendo and PlayStation 1 version of it, and that's where I played this one. But Min Wu, he was the guy that had the spell called Phase, and it might have been updated to...
Yeah, how does magic work? When I select magic,
drainy.
There's a whole list of magic I could do. Do you lose each spell as you use it?
I mean, okay, so, like, all right, for anyone who plays this version later on, Nick the Rat missed out on this one, but if you have Minwu in your party, he has a spell that can drain mana. And if you use that on your player characters that are going to be the other 3 that are going to be with you the whole time, you can bump up your mana points, your magic points, by a fuck ton by shooting that spell at them and taking down their magic points every single battle.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah. You would have had way more magic points had you done that. But hey, now that information's out there for future users to use these. Literally, these aren't glitches. These are features because.
Well, so far,
if this still works on the later features, it's not a glitch. It's a feature. It is meant to be there, and you should use it.
Well, if it's in the game, you don't cheat. If you cheat, you should be revoked from. It's very strange. Video games today are like a life service now.
I'm talking about single player games here. I would never want to cheat in any multiplayer game. Like if I accidentally find an exploit on any kind of multiplayer game, like that's the kind of thing I report. If it's single player, it's like maybe that's a hidden feature some of the coders left for us gamers out there, and so I should leave that alone. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember the first time you seen that? For me, it would be Mario Brothers 1. Like jumping over the wall?
Yeah,
Find
a
the
lot
warp
of that
levels?
started in that first era of Nintendo games. But I'm like the most dark ones come from like the Elder Scrolls. Like, I know that Skyrim is still the most popular one, and they have Elder Scrolls Online. But the best ones were Oblivion and Morrowind because there were so many holes in that they. I mean, I know that these features were reported many times, and they just never fixed them. That it's like maybe that's how they intended us to play the game, because I mean, a lot of those kind of glitches have to deal with a lot of mathematics. Like one of the ones from Skyrim, if you utilize one certain type of potion that beefs up your fortify restoration, that beefs up all of your other spells, including potions and enchanted items for that amount of time, and you can utilize that to eventually make yourself enough potions and other magical items to eventually give you the ability to make yourself an iron dagger that does over 1 billion damage. But you can never use it because it will crash your gaming system even if you're on the Switch.
Caller, did you ever use a Game Genie?
Back in the day, yeah. And again, like, I think that cheating is in video games, as long as you're doing it single player, is a way to learn a little bit about how coding works. Which is what I'm getting at with the numbers thing from the restoration potion feature from Skyrim, is that you then have to calculate, okay, if you go way too high, it will always crash the system, versus, you know, if it's also too high, it's still like it's not fun to play the game anymore. So how can I get a little bit of an edge without spoiling the game? But also, while you're playing with the numbers, you realize how numbers in video games works, which is, it's not the same as punching in codes like you had to do with Game Sharks and action replay things.
You know, it's a weird part about numbers in code in multiplayer games. If two people shoot each other at the same time, who shot first?
Mm-hmm. Han Solo did. Yes. It's true.
Has there ever been a Star Wars scene in a bathroom?
So, are you asking me if there was any, let's say,
actually,
just
Star Trek
cinematic
either.
Releases?
Have we
was
ever
there
seen
ever a scene in a bathroom in Star Trek or Star Wars?
Or any spaceship? I know in maybe Alien. In the Alien franchise, there's been bathrooms in starships.
I can do you one way better, because a lot of people I know listening to this have already thought of it. The trash compactor. Basically a sewer on the Death Star. It was in Star Wars in the very first one. Han, Luke, and Leia all had to froth around in shitty poop water, and then have to escape from two walls that were crushing it all together to put into, I'm assuming, as a cube that it would just drop into space somewhere. Yeah, happened in the first Star Wars right away. They dived headfirst into a sewer to escape death.
Stillwater?
Yeah?
Can I? Okay, this is going to sound a little rude, but because Quarkus is not calling in, would you like to play a game?
Okay.
This game is called Top 10 Sexy Monsters.
Ooh.
Right.
All right, I'm down. All right. All right.
All right, I have a list of top 10 sexy monsters in the sewer.
Okay.
I guess let me know if you agree with it or if you have any sexy monsters of your own.
Okay.
All right. I don't know. But this is a top 10 list. So, number 1 on this top 10 list is Medusa. She can make you hard as a rock, and the snake bottom can wrap around you. What do you think about that?
Okay.
Do you find Medusa to be sexy?
If you're submissive, that's going to be at the top of your list. If you are the type that likes to be tied up and in the submissive role, that's your go-to. If it's not, then that's probably not your jam.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Number 2 is a succubus. It's in the name. She suck, you bus. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Okay. It depends on the type of succubus you're talking about. You see, because
there's types.
Yeah, well, yeah, like whatever the type of succubus you've heard of, and then based on whether you believe in it or not, is the type that will come and attack you. You see, because if you learn about a succubus from, say, D&D, you know, and if you're decently versed in the lore of that, you understand the succubus from those type of terms, which is different than if you learned about it from a Judeo-Christian.
Caller? I think the Christians just cut that phone line off. I only got up to number 2. I think there's a top 10 list of. I need help. Spooky R can't call in because she's going to sleep. I'm surprised Spooky R is still even awake. If only I could get some help.
What the hell is a toppin?
A what?
You keep saying toppin. What is a toppin?
Toppin? Toppin? Poppin' fresh? Poopin'? Everybody's got to have a poopin' a horror story from the poop place. One time, I was Quark is calling. Jeez, I want to hear these questions. Wait, hold on 1 second. Hello.
Hello, in the dark sewer. How are you this evening?
Caller.
Yeah.
This is great.
Broadcaster.
This is great. Okay. All right. So, I heard you have 2 questions for me.
2 questions. Dos cuestiones.
That means, wait, you have 3 questions for me?
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for encouraging me to call in. I kind of lost my nerves.
Well, I'm happy your nerve has returned. I'm really curious about these questions, and I want to continue on this list with you as well.
Okay. Did something happen with the mathematical dimensional shift or something? Did you hear what JCB said 2 episodes, 14, episode 1430 about the email that he received where they claimed that the episode 1433 will be the 33rd 33. And then I was like so excited because I called him on it, and JCD said, well, that's what I have in an email, that episode 1433 this Sunday will be the 33rd 33 episode. And I'm like, I got all excited. So did you get all excited about that too until you actually did the math?
Number one, I think I've heard every word JCD has said on a podcast in a long time.
Yeah.
And number two, I don't think I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, he said that. Okay, so in episode 1430.
Was that this week?
Yeah,
last
that's
week?
what.
I don't even know what number they're up to.
That he received the information in an email that episode 1433 will be the 33rd number 33 episode. And I got all excited, and I was like, wait, did Nick also get tripped up like I did? Because I got all excited, and I was like, it's the 30. Wait, and then I did the math. I'm like, wait, am I doing something wrong? It's the 15th number 33 episode. Not the 33rd.
Servo is doing numbers in the chat, and I'm seeing 331. I'm seeing numbers 133. I don't.
Okay, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
I don't think you do.
It's actually no. You're skipping the first 33 Servo, so it's the 15th because episode number 33 before episode 133, so it's the 15th.
Those aren't 33rds. Those are 69s.
It's not the 33rd number 33 episode of No Agenda. It will be the 15th because you have to include the first number 33, which is before 133.
Do you think
so? 1433 plus the first one, which was 033, and I got all excited about it being the 33rd number 33 episode of No Agenda. I didn't even stop to do the math, and then I went and repeated it to somebody. And I was like, "I'm all excited," and they're like, no, it's not." Oh shit! I didn't even do the math.
Whoever you mentioned that to must have not have been drunk and is a math nerd.
I don't know who emailed him. He didn't say who emailed him that, JCD. He just, Adam kind of made fun of it a little bit, something about nerding or mathing out.
Do you ever listen to DH Unplugged?
Sadly, not enough.
John is very, they have people send in limericks. Limericks?
Oh, yeah, limericks.
Limericks
do
sounds like
they include a sea shanty or a jig? Do they include a Celtic jig or a sea shanty? Because I just prefer the limerick by itself then.
They just do straight up monetary limericks or something.
Monetary limericks.
They talk about money and but John's very mean to people. Somebody sent a decent limerick in. Like they spent time making a limerick.
Yeah.
And John gave him a C-.
Oh, Jesus. He graded it?
He grades it. Yeah,
he graded it?
Like this.
Did he get graded when he was working in intelligence?
Probably. He got graded. John's the head of the class, though, so.
Okay, so the other question that I had was, since you don't know what I'm referring to exactly, I don't think you got tripped up, but it'll be the 15th. It'll be the 15th 33, not the 33rd. And also, because it is a 33, I wondered if you had any really special art planned. Stupid question, right? Or a moot question?
Art planned
do you have any
for No
special
Agenda?
Art planned? Are you going to do any art for it? Special art?
I have been doing less and less art for No Agenda because there's so many artists now.
I know.
They're so good.
Even Nadia was talking about this on her last Bowls with Buds. The last Bowls with Buds Nadia did a couple of months ago. She was talking about the level and the quality of art now is just pro. So she's just like, I'm out.
I'm actually out. I'm just like, hey, I'm going to sit on. I don't have.
Yeah.
Oh man, no agenda. Also, I think maybe John just mad at me because I keep calling him a communist.
Well, you also said he's mean, and so you're trying to get back on the stream. Is that right? Maybe that's not the best way to go.
I thought I hacked his
Maybe
code.
calling him
red
mean and a
backgrounds.
commie isn't exactly the best way to get back on the live stream. And you're going to make it. You're going to make it before. You're going to make it before May.
Maybe.
Before May.
May.
You may. Be
Caller,
live streaming.
Can we talk? Can we do a top 10 the sexy monsters?
Top 10 sexy monsters.
We already
Hell
did
yeah.
1
Okay,
and
what's
2.
your number?
We're
what's your number 6?
Number 6 is witches. As long as you find a witch that showers on occasion,
okay,
they can make they can make you drugs that are stronger than Viagra.
Monsters. Can they?
They probably could.
What about? Okay, can they be? They can be fictional, obviously. They, and then there's the real monsters.
Do you think witches are sexy though? Do you think?
That depends on the witch.
It does.
That depends solely upon the witch.
But okay.
They,
I'd hate to make you do this, but your stereotypical witch, in your opinion, is a stereotypical witch sexy in your opinion, or does she need to shower more?
She needs to weave a spell of cleanliness, of perpetual cleanliness.
Ooh.
So that her pheromones and magic and the aroma of the herbs that she uses will emanate properly. Mm-hmm.
Pheromones.
Yeah.
Pheromones are real, right? Weren't there perfume companies using pheromones?
Oh yeah, but like, I mean, a lot of those colognes, they flood your.
Just alcohol, isn't it? Because I drink them.
Yeah, it's I forget what system it is right now. The biological system that it floods. All the chemicals that they put in most perfumes and colognes. It floods your adrenal. It floods your adrenal glands with chemicals, and usually toxic, and so that your body can't produce, or it can produce, but it can't emanate as easily. It can't. The word's not emanate, but when you produce pheromones in your natural bodily scent, that's meant to attract. It's meant to attract the right, not just people. It's meant to attract the right energies. So when you flood out your body with toxic chemicals and artificial scents, it drowns out what your intentions are, because you have there's like aromatic intentions, just like emotional intentions, and you project those. What's the right word? It's not emanate, but we just kind of radiate that, yeah. And so, what's a good scent to use, Nick? I think a good scent to use for you would be musk, and then you truly will be a muskrat.
Elon Musk.
But use essential oils. Use a really natural, essential oil. So that will be better, and it will moisturize you too. And it won't cover up your natural muskrat scent.
Caller. How about sexy monster number 3? I have Frankenstein. He comes with swappable
attachments. That's your number 3.
Yeah.
Well, then what's your number 1?
Oh, number 1 was Medusa.
Inquire.
Medusa was number 1.
Medusa.
Yeah.
Holy shitballs, Batman! I never would have guessed that. Never.
Number 2 is
fucking A.
Number 2 is a succubus.
Succubus.
And number 3 is Frankenstein, because he comes with swappable attachments.
Detachable penis.
You could give Frankenstein a penis, a vagina. You could give him anything you want. You could swap it out.
You can stitch together whichever parts you wish, and then you will have made the ultimate biological transformer.
It's alive. It's alive.
It's alive! Alive! Alive!
Number four. Number four is
what about vampires? Where on the list does vampires
They
fall
are on
for
the
you?
list, but let's do number four because they're number 5 vampires. Number 4 is a mermaid, as long as the top half is the fish. You know how the top could either be the fish or the woman on a mermaid, or a person, a merman too. Would you rather your merman to be a man top or a man bottom, and fish top or fish bottom?
That's a great question, because what would the fish top look like, really?
It would look
just
like a
be,
fish, but okay. Let's say call it.
Yeah, right.
I'm also assuming your sexual preference. Do you prefer men or women?
I am hetero, so I prefer men.
Would you rather a really sexy torso and a dude that's like, hey, dude?
Well, yeah, because
Ooh.
fish eyes look like cold and mechanical to me. So the bottom half has to be the fishy, scaly part.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Let's just say that when he goes on land, he can turn into a human, so that we can access those pleasurable parts that are more compatible with human parts.
I'm learning a lot. Okay, number 5, I do have vampires. During the day, you could take advantage of them, and during the night, they could take advantage of you, if you're into that sort of thing.
Well, what if it's a voluntary exchange? Did you ever think of that? What if the real caveat to
I can't hypnotize a vampire.
mating, like either mating with or communing with a vampire, what if it's more of a voluntary exchange? So that amps up both the pleasure and the sensory experience, all senses. What if that? What if it's a balance of voluntary, like an exchange? And what if it's that much more pleasurable simply because you're sharing it equally?
But the vampires, they're on the top of the food chain. You're below them in the food chain. It's a whole different system.
Maybe. Well, I don't know about that.
Because
all they can live on is blood. That's all they can live on. We can derive nutrients from anything that's non-poisonous to us. So technically,
would you eat a vampire?
Eat a vampire?
They'll eat you.
Or
they'll eat you.
Beat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, boy.
I would say they're not going to eat you. They're just going to suck you dry. They're going to exsanguinate you. Yeah. I don't know. That might be. What if it's just like a slow comatose, feeling of coldness washing over you, and it's painless, and you sort of feel like you're fluxing in and out of dimensions while you're slowly dying a mortal death.
If you're attracted to a vampire, put your pants over your head and your shirt over your legs, so when they try to suck on your neck.
Yeah.
I
don't know. You're into some kinky shit because you're a rat. I'm not so kinky. Yeah, Ducky said vampires are kinky. That's true. That's why you put them so low on the list.
Right, so 6 was witches.
You don't want to be over kinkified.
How about this one? Number 7? We have Bigfoot. He's got to have a huge dick.
You're squatching down at 7. All right. Okay,
Squatching at 7. There's a 7 squatcher.
You're squatching at 7. 7 is your squatch. So let's see. Do you think that they are terrestrial or interdimensional?
Well, once they enter
Or both?
the rat, it's
I actually think that Squatches are the distant cousin to Octarians.
ooh, might be.
Yeah. What do you think? Like,
I think that we can't talk about Zindu. I mean,
I didn't mention him. You did.
All right, well, okay. Number 8.
I said Squatches.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Let's skip Bigfoot. Let's go to number 8. We have harpies. I always see artwork of harpies having amazing looking boobies. Harpies usually have harpies.
You can just imagine it.
It's always like a chicken legs and then like boobs. And they got nice boobs.
Yeah, so a stick figure with
and
bangers.
wings.
Boobies.
Pretty much boobs and wings.
Stick.
It's like a Popeyes. Popeyes with titty. Like, hey, can I get a box of
flying tit monster? Great.
Kentucky Fried Boobs. Harpies.
Flying boobs. I mean, Jesus, can you get any better? I'd rather see that than the fucking military drones and cargo planes flying through these days. Thank you. I'd be much happier to see flying tits. And actually, there are flying tits.
Ooh.
There's a whole class of birds named tits. As a matter of fact, one of the species is called great tits. So you can ask somebody if they've seen any great tits lately. And if they get offended, say, I was referring to the bird. It's actually called great tits, plural, not singular. I just loved that when I read that. I could not believe there was a bird named Great Tits.
There's a fish.
That's fucking awesome.
There's a fish at the Coney Island in the aquarium there. Like one of the first fish that you read is called the slippery dick. So you walk into the museum and like the first thing you see on the board says slippery dick. And, that's where I start giggling. And
I mean, you don't even have to be a pervert to enjoy the nature of that.
All right, so for number 9, what do you think I have for number 9? After
Chupacabra?
a harpy.
No, wait. Let's see.
No, Chupacabra's not on the list.
Number 9. What could number 9? Orcs?
Ooh, no, close. I have...
Is orcs? Oh, no.
I don't think... orcs...
you tell me, because there's so many to choose from. I don't know what.
Well,
you would
but
say.
like an orc, orcs are never sexy. When's the last time you watched Lord of the Rings and the thing that comes out of the floor? It's like, oof. Yeah, let me get some of that. No, I have the blob. If it could just stop itself from eating you, it could be used as like a living lubricant that could suck on you.
Without draining your life force and disintegrating your flesh.
Just cover yourself in the blob. He's like, hey, I'm into this. He won't kill you. He'll just start sucking on you, and he'll get everywhere.
Well,
Oof.
What if you're super ticklish like I am? You don't want that everywhere.
I guess that's true. All right, caller, you got a point. Okay.
Yeah, no, I never would have guessed that you'd put that in the top 10 because the blob is this sort of gelatinous, faceless, nameless, not nameless, but just...
Hey, don't talk about the blob like
alien.
that.
It's just
the blob gives...
We actually discovered that there is a mass like that.
Ooh.
And that was published in the Science Journal a couple years ago. They found essentially a blob, but that didn't eat their skin off. It was able to adapt and become anything.
Science so kinky.
And
lately.
also it had replicant and healing powers far beyond anything we've ever discovered. Huh. So it replicated at just a terrifying pace. And no matter what they did to it, it would restore, replicate, heal. It was the real deal. It was this gelatinous alien creature, which I think kind of gave birth to cephalopods at some point.
Caller.
Yeah.
Caller,
yeah.
What monster would you put on this list? What monster do you think is kind of sexy?
Okay. See, I'm not as quick-witted as all of you. That one I really have to think about. Dragon. That's dragon.
Ooh.
Dragons aren't monsters. They're mythical beasts. I love
Well,
them.
hey, I've seen those dragon toys. Makes sense.
What about? I know. I got one. The Chimera.
Ooh.
The Chimera. And a Skinwalker.
Skinwalker.
Well, just for me, these are like terrifying beasts, not sexy beasts.
Well, terrifying is kind of sexy
Chimera.
too. Sometimes they're too sexy; they become terrifying. It's like,
Well, I'm too sexy for your fear. Too sexy for your fear.
do you want to know my number 10 is? And then,
Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry, I should have asked you.
Oh, no,
I thought
that's
you would
fine.
just, dangle the carrot or dangle the doobie.
cheese. After this, I do have to go though. But this is a.
Okay. Yes, you can hang up.
I don't want to hang up. The number 10 is the bald chick Xenobite from Hellraiser. She's seen some shit, and she probably wouldn't scream if she saw me naked. And now that's hot.
Yeah. She'd love to chain you and whip you into oblivion, actually, and tear you to pieces and bits and shreds. Then you will be perfect for the rat stew.
Caller, would you like to say goodnight to the sewer citizens?
Yeah. Have a wonderful night, you sewer zens and all your sewerlings. Buenas noches, amigos.
Good night, caller. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your night.
Ooh.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Oh.
Bye.
Ooh. Okay. Oh. Let's listen to where's my mouse? There it is. Electric Dark Souls with Next Level. Whoa. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. Thank you, Diane. I thought I drank all of them. This cap's on weird. It's like not even on. I can't. It's weird when you get handed a beer and the cap's like not on, but I can't take it off. It's like somebody put this on like outside the factory. This is not a typical beer cap covering. Why is there glue here? Some idiot closed this beer? Come, Diane, you gave me an idiot beer. What is this? Is it a twisty? Diane? I can't. Don't worry, I'll get this. Ugh. There's like wax on this. Anyway. It smells... Is this older? It smells weird. Ooh, it tastes good. This is better than Brooklyn Lager. But it's this Brooklyn Lager. This is weed. Did you put something in my weed? What's going on? Diane, what is this? It's weird.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, it's me, Zindu. Alright, look. I peed. I was... He's probably passed out by now. I was Octarian piss. If you ingest it, it makes you pass out. You know, for a little while, not too long. You should be fine. But let me just say, it was hard getting the bottle caps back onto his Brooklyn lagers. Oh boy. Anyway, I've got some news for you. You're fucked. Oh boy. Okay. Well, okay. Let's start the news at a good word. On a good word here. Let's try this good word here. This is from CNN Space and Science. I'm just gonna read the title here, and I read the article. I'm prepared. I'm prepared for the undercover, illegal, explicit news that I'm about to tell you, because I better get paid for this still. Anyway, controversial rock art may depict extinct giants of the Ice Age. Yep, you heard it here, folks. There is a, in the year 2022, rock art. Apparently this is on an 8-mile long, it's called the Frieze of Rocks paintings. It's somewhere in the Colombian Amazon rainforest. It's just, it's a big long wall, and there's a bunch of like red paint on the wall, and it's almost like kids' drawings. I actually don't even believe this shit's from the year they say it's from. This is like 11,000 years old or some bullshit. I don't believe it. No way is a rock with paint gonna last 11,000, 12,000 years ago. I might be wrong. You never know. Maybe this paint is amazing stuff. But either way, the paintings are very minimalistic, we'll say. Stick figures. They didn't even draw genitalia on the stick figures. And I see handprints or some fucking handprint. It looks like some fucking Colombian kids went over there and was, fuck, I'm sick of making cocaine for the CIA. I guess I should just paint on the walls with something. Either way, I don't know who it was, but some dude. Look, they don't even say. Just some scientist. Maybe I didn't read this anyway. Irati, is that even a name? Iriarte. What is this? This is who's making these Jose Irati. Let's look this guy up. A professor in the Department of Archaeology in the United Kingdom. Let's look him up really quick. So this guy, he went and he saw this wall of stick figures and such, and he saw something that looks like to me it looks like a shrimp with fucking crab under him or some shit. I don't know. That is like Elmo fingers. So he took that picture of this weird shrimp-like creature that's next to these stick figures, and he said, it's a giant sloth. Look, it's a giant sloth. And then he made a picture. He illustrated on top of it. He basically changed the artist's original, pretty much the whole goddamn thing, and he came up with his own thing to it. And he's claiming that giants, there were giant animals in the past. If you find some fossils that aren't made of paper mache, maybe I'll believe you. But until then, Mr. Jose or Artai, you could go back to college. Look, I told you I read the article, but I just read this part right here. I'm drinking this beer. I gotta fucking drink it and then refill it back up with my piss so he's knocked out. I'm gonna do it again to him. Anyway, while the red pigment used to make the rock art, have not been directly dated. All right. So this guy, he doesn't even know how old this ink on this wall is, and he's like, it's fucking 12,000 years ago. Either way, let's go on to the next story here. This is from the FDA. I don't even know, this might still be in there. So, DuPont, you're a great company that is probably making lots of money with the FDA, came up with this weird chemical that they put in the insides of your McDonald's French fry cups and shit. That damn, Nick, your weed is strong. They put it in. They line the insides of your food containers with this shit. It repels grease, but when they fed it to rats, their livers would grow and they would die. So basically, there's a lot of studies from like 1996 that says that this chemical is it's killing you, and they don't care. They don't give a fuck. They're still using it because they're like. Understandably, you're not actually eating the carton, and I don't know how much this shit rubs off, but it's still if vaginas had possible razor blades within them, I don't know, maybe you guys would still take the chance. But either way, why does it matter if there's a little bit of grease on the inside of a box that gets soaked in? Fucking weird. Whoa. Some good shit. Anyway, so yeah, the government doesn't care that there's companies putting razor blades on the inside of vaginas for you to partake with, you and your family. They don't care about you, really. You think they do? Sometimes you're like, oh, they care about you. All right, check this one out. This is from fiercepharma.com. I wonder if there's any pictures of hot chicks dressed up like doctors here. Red, like wearing all red like shit. Okay, J&J says it regrets injecting prisoners with asbestos, but such experiments were widely accepted at that time. There you go, everybody. How do you know this was wildly acceptable at the time? Like, what is there? There's people were protesting in the street. Why aren't we injecting asbestos into prisoners? I don't know, but yeah, this is in 1971. So in 1971, this shit was great. You know, went to jail for some fucking marijuana or something. Shoot him up with asbestos, see what happens. And then there's the whole talcum powder in the pussy thing that's giving ladies the cancer, the ovarian cancer. I think they got sued for that recently. It's great. It's great. You never know. Well, then again, why Why are you putting talcum powder? Well, I guess you're putting in your panties because, you know, you get the creases and the cracks. You know, I put them between, you know, the balls. I got like 30 sets of balls, so I do have a lot of baby powder around. Keep them nice and dry. I like the boys. I don't like the boys getting sloshy and falling all over the fucking place. When asked for a comment on the latest reporting, J&J stressed its focus on bioethics, but also defended its testing as acceptable at the time. The dignity of the clinical testing participants must always be the highest moral imperative, which is why this type of testing was discontinued more than 40 years ago, but we still did it anyway because at the time it was okay. These guys are fucking brazen, and nobody cares. A Johnson & Johnson spokesperson told Fierce Pharma over email at the time these studies nearly 50 years ago. Who cares if it was 50 years ago? You're doing testing of this nature among the cohort set was widely acceptable, including by prominent researchers, leading public companies, and the U.S. government itself. Hey, whatever. You're all fucked. Let's see. Nick, this one's for you here. This is from USA Today, but I've seen it all over the internet recently, along with fucking, like, optical illusions. I don't know what they're trying to prove with those guys, but maybe they just don't know what to put in the fucking news. Let's see. Just one beer or glass of wine a day may cause your brain to shrink, a study suggests. Oh boy, here we go. A new study suggests that drinking as little as one glass of beer or wine daily is associated with shrinkage in brain volume equal to 2 years of aging. Okay, well, I didn't read the study, but I'm sure the study is some fucking bullshit. How are they measuring people's brains? How many people are associated with this thing? And anybody have any secondary conditions? What is their diet? Does it exist of fucking fast food containers? I don't know. I bought this bed recently, and I'm sure in 50 years from now, there's going to be this big thing that says that these foam mattresses were giving everybody dick cancer. I'm going to have to like cut off 3 or 4 of my boys. But I'll remember Mr. Foam Man, and I'm going to sue the FDA because I'm noting it now. If I make a note now about it, I could point back to this in the future to sue them, and all of you could do it as well. So here's the class action lawsuit starting now. Anyway, basically, there's no way to do a very, very good study about anything. And as long as you could write a story, you could be a scientist too. From the people of Oktar, go fuck yourself, Earth. We'll be back maybe next time I figure a way to get Nick out of the picture. Next time.
The first problem is how to start. You see, I'll start with all the known principles. But the principles that are all known are inconsistent with each other. So something has to be removed. So we get a lot of letters from people. We're always getting letters from people who are insisting that we ought to make holes in our guesses as follows. You see, you make a hole to make room for a new guess. Somebody says to you, people always say space is continuous, but how do you know when you get to a small enough dimension that there really are enough points in between? It isn't just a lot of dots separated by little distances. Or they say, those quantum mechanical amplitudes that you told me about, they're so complicated and absurd. What makes you think those are right? Maybe they aren't right. I get a lot of letters with such content, but I must say that such remarks are perfectly obvious and are perfectly clear to anybody who's working on this problem, and it doesn't do any good to point this out. The problem is not what might be wrong, but what might be substituted precisely in place of it. If you say anything precise, for example, in the case of a continuous space, suppose the precise proposition is that space really consists of a series of dots only, and the space between them doesn't mean anything, and the dots are in a cubic array. Then we can prove that immediately is wrong. That doesn't work. You see, the problem is not to change or to say something might be wrong, but to replace it by something, and that is not so easy. As soon as any real, definite idea is substituted, it becomes almost immediately apparent that it doesn't work. Secondly, there's an infinite number of possibilities of these simple types. It's something like this. You're sitting working very hard. You work for a long time trying to open a safe. And some Joe comes along who doesn't know anything about what you're doing or anything except that you're trying to open a safe. He says, why don't you try the combination 10, 20, 30? Because you're busy. You're trying a lot of things. Maybe you already tried 10, 20, 30. Maybe you know that the middle number is already 32 and not 20. Maybe you know that, as a matter of fact, this is a 5-digit combination. There we have. So these letters don't do any good, and so please don't send me any letters trying to tell me how the thing is going to work. I read them to make sure that I haven't already thought of that. But it takes too long to answer them because I usually in the class try 10, 20, 30.
Michael Bravo, Daylight.
You're building a rock ship. Fuck that shit!
Prepare your minds for a new scale of physical scientific value, gentlemen.
Anyway, I'm going to get this party started. And so, I hope only that these late, perhaps insignificant, realizations might reassure us both a little and make our living and our dying easier.